Hey guys, welcome to the Lathering channel where we bring you fresh content weekly. My name is John and today I'll be bringing you a shave with this new shaving soap to my den, Spearhead Shaving Company, experimental version 17.2. So Spearhead Shaving Company has been doing something a little bit different. They've been doing these experimental soap batches just to see and test different ingredients, basically in preparation to arrive at a final soap base. Now this just happened fairly recently as of the time of this recording, and I believe 20.1 is the version that Dennis, the owner Artisan, is going to go with. Now the version I'm using today, 17.2, along with all the other previous test batches, they were very well priced because, typically you don't buy the testers from the Artisans. So given that it's a kind of ongoing changing product, it was attractively priced at $8.99 USD a tub. So I heard good things and I thought I'd take the chance to give it a try. On top of that, Spearhead also puts in different scents, and I went for something super safe. I forgot what I was choosing between. It might have been unscented, maybe one other option, and basically a Creed Aventus dupe. And Creed Aventus appearing in a wet shaving product is pretty much kind of a joke in and of itself. I mean, it's super popular, and I think it's super safe to go with. Now this version of the scent is very similar to, I would say, Executive Man by Sterling, which is another product I'm very familiar with. So we won't be talking too much about the scent today, but I did want to pick out a shave that just had some gear that I've been wanting to use. The soap itself is something I've been wanting to use. So you'll be getting my first impressions as I'm using this, and take it for what you will, because again, this batch 17.2, it's not going to be the final production version. So unless you find it on secondhand from the BST, or if a friend gives you some, I already know ahead of time that this is not one that's going to be readily available on any market. All right, so let's get to the rest of the gear for today's shave. First up is a new addition to my den, and that is the Tatara Masamune. This was a little bit of a self-birthday present, and I got it from my friend Ben over from Mammoth Soaps. I've been thinking for a while in picking it up. I tried it last year on a pass round, was pretty happy with it, and wanted to give it another go. As a bonus, Ben is also letting me borrow the Nadachi base plate, which I've been told is more aggressive than the Masamune base plate, and this is pretty mild to medium. I'm kind of curious to see if my impressions of this razor has changed at all from my previous video that I recorded. I'll make sure to include a link to the old video in the description below. In the Masamune, I've loaded up a Gillette Silver Blue. Now the brush I'm using today is on loan from my buddy Ross, and this is from Lutin Brushworks. It's a beautiful hybrid. The blank is from Deranged Donkey, who specializes in this, not just for brushes, for other wood-turning, crafty things. And the brush knot here is a Declaration B4. So super dense knot. This has been soaking for a bit. And for the post shave, we'll be going with both fine platinum, and this is an early batch based on the bottle shape. Very, very strong compared to what it is now as far as both sand strength and longevity. I think I've used this a few times on camera, and I keep thinking I'm going to be near the end. I mean, I really am coming to the end of this guy. Great scent. There's not too much going, it's a very simple formula. So sometimes, you want a little more skin food, as they call it. In this case, I'm just going to boost the performance by adding a few drops of good Oleo. Now, as far as pre-shave preparation, I've just come out of the shower. It's a little bit colder here in Massachusetts these past few days, so I do need to wet my face again, and I might even finish up later with a balm. But as far as on camera, that's the material that we're going to go with. Okay, fresh puck. Pretty firm texture. So let's get going. And I would say the scent strength, it's about medium. It's enjoyable. It's not overpowering. So I will be going with a slightly heavier load. The Declaration knots are very dense, so it does kind of serve it well, going with more soap, and so that I don't run out mid-shave. Also, I just tend to load heavily first time I use the soap anyway, and kind of course correct from there. Alright, so we got the brush loaded here, and we're going to build the face lather, and we'll do some catch-up time. So I'm happy to say that recently wrapped up 2 giveaways, and with these things you never know if the winners will get the notification. Through YouTube there's no direct way to communicate with one another, but I'm glad to say that all the winners, in this case there were 2 winners for the April giveaway and 1 winner for the 500 subscriber giveaway. All the prizes have been claimed. I'm just waiting for a confirmation that they received their things, and given just the current situation with COVID, shipping times and delays are kind of just par for the course. But I do want to thank you all again for participating, for being a part of the channel, just as it's growing. And really, we wouldn't be here doing this right now if it wasn't for just you guys and your feedback. So thank you guys so much for that. I have 3 days of beard growth that I'm working with here. For however long I've been doing this on YouTube. It's really hard to find a balance between recording and content creation, but also keeping on top of who else is in the mix, who else is in that community. And I think I've been kind of encouraged and spurred on by folks like Chris at IMCDB, who always just blows me away with the channels he's recommending and how he's staying on top of all different channels, big and small, new or old timers. And so I do try to set a little bit of time aside just to see what other folks are doing. Further that sense of community. And just connecting with folks. I know that can be tough and times are busy. Again, trying to balance, stuff that I'm working on for this channel. And other projects I have going on. Obviously family life, personal stuff. I've been working on this a while. I didn't know that this should come out to be kind of a denser, creamier lather. That's directly from Dennis, who made the soap. And it's been pretty easy to work with. I do think this maybe will take more water though. So let's keep going. Yeah, so that being said, I just love that there's channels shouting out, giving props to other channels. Tim from the Scented Soldier Shaves is another person who I think is really good at this. Just acknowledging other channels out there, offering his help to other folks. So that's something that I definitely want to be more conscious of doing. So that being said, I do want to give a shout out to Reed over at Shave Cave. He's one person who I've been catching up on his videos. Most recently he did a shaved end tour. And I think being located in Arizona, Phoenix Shaving, I think that guy's collection is 99% Phoenix Shaving, and that's like a hometown brand, so I get it. But if you're interested in seeing different wet shavers collections, I'll be sure to link his shaved end collection video down below. Alright, I'm going to give this a go. I don't think it's going to get much more built up as far as lather wise, but it looks good to me. So yeah, let's go. Gonna rinse off the hands and we'll get into the shave. All right, so let's go with the grain pass and see how the Masamune is. All right, I'm liking this. And one thing when I was reviewing this razor the first time is the factor of blade feel. And that is something that's a total personal preference. I think oftentimes blade feel is a factor in more aggressive razors. And the more aggressive razors are usually sought after intermediate to more experienced wet shavers. So that kind of makes sense. Let me just show you, I just tried to rinse the soap off, and I think I do need to add more water because it's not really rinsing off. There's some really nice ingredients in here that's just making this a very dense, buttery soap. So I'm gonna keep washing that off. A similar thing happened when I was shaving with A&E's Kaizen tester, which just had an amazing post-shave feel and slickness, but it just took a little extra time to rinse out the lather from the razor. I don't know if you can tell even now, just as I've been chatting, it is drying out in my lip area. But it's shaving totally fine. For the against the grain pass, I'll definitely make sure to add some more water to this guy. But back to the topic of blade feel. Yeah, so I didn't realize that was kind of a factor, and one that I didn't prefer. So I don't prefer a lot of blade feel, although I enjoy the razors that I have used that are known for it. So my Charcoal Goods Level 2 has quite an amount of blade feel, but it's also super efficient. And then the Carbon razor, that too has a good amount of blade feel. That usually also comes along with kind of a very strong audible feedback. You hear the hairs being cut. And then usually it's more muted as far as razors with less blade feel. Just going to be careful here with the chin area. All right, we're not going to push things too far because, again, the lather I'm realizing is on the dry side, but I'll rinse off and then we'll lather for the second pass. So here, I'm not even getting the lather totally off. I'm just doing a quick rinse, leaving a good amount of water on my face since I'm going to be adding water to this anyhow. Yeah, really today you guys are getting a sneak peek at really kind of how I go about maybe a first shave with a new soap. My preference isn't to do first impression videos, but I think they're fine in the mix. And as I mentioned before, this is not a soap where I'm worried about giving you guys timely information about a new release or an upcoming release to provide information to help you decide if you want to buy something. I mean, that's a big factor. We can kind of take our time today, do some catch up, eat some lather by accident. I mean, Aventus doesn't taste too bad. Or the soap base definitely tasted worse. That being said, don't eat your shave soap. It's not a miracle cure for anything. I'm definitely getting more, as I'm adding more water here, more sheen to this lather. And slickness has been wonderful so far. It's almost getting to that kind of Elmer's glue-like texture a little bit. Alright, got a much wetter lather here. That just keeps wanting to get in my mouth for some reason. But I like how this is looking. Let's go for the against the grain pass. This is just very smooth. I feel like I picked a winning combination with this soap and razor for today. One other shout out I wanted to include for today was Josh over at Redbeard Shaves. Josh recently just hit 500 subscribers. It's past that now, but I just want to say congratulations. And I've had a chance to catch up on his videos as well. The soap is rinsing off much easier, but it's still it doesn't want to leave the razor. But I've known about Josh's channel for a while. I think he took a little bit of break for a little bit there. But has been back to making regular content, and so just really glad to see him back. He also works in a hospital, so given given the outbreak of the virus and everything, I'm sure things were just really chaotic for a bit. But if you are not aware or have not checked out his channel before, you can find a link in the description below. All right, well, 3 days of growth sometimes takes a little more effort, but this just, mowed that down, no problem. So you can see, it's just a really dense lather that's very buttery and does not want to come out of the razor. I'm going to clean up here, and I'll check. We'll check together to see if I need a cleanup pass or if we're kind of good to go. All right, so as I was rinsing off, I'm always checking my my neck area under here, and I do, I could stand for a cleanup pass. Also, just as I'm touching my skin, it's just as it was hard to fully rinse the lather out of the razor, I can feel the residual slickness, and I'm gonna guess that this is one of those soaps where you could totally forego a post shave and not worry about any dryness or anything whatsoever. Now I do have a question to pose everyone viewing at home. And what I want to know is, are you sick of seeing the scent of Creed Aventus, or rather, inspired by, are you sick of seeing them in shave soaps? I'll share with you my opinion, but I definitely want to hear yours. So feel free to leave a comment below. Or if you'd like to do so privately, you can email me, latherhog@gmail.com. We can discuss it there. But as I mentioned in the start of the video, it's a very safe scent, and I'm trying to think what kind of sat on the throne of a scent, especially something from men's fragrances that kind of sat on the throne before what they call King Aventus took over. And I could think of Acqua di Gio, or Creed Green Irish Tweed, or Drakkar Noir. And each one kind of is a nod to kind of a different decade almost. But there was a time, at least in my recent memory, where everyone had their version of Creed Green Irish Tweed, and at some point the tides turned, and now Aventus everywhere. All that said, being said, is it's a familiar scent that people have come to know what to expect. And if it's not a scent that you've ever come across, I would say seek out one of the many versions. I mean, there really could be a laundry list of what options you have, but I mentioned Sterling Executive Man. That's a affordable option where you could even just pick up a sample puck if you just want to know what the scent's all about. To me, it's a combination of pineapple and kind of a woodsy, I think birch tar is another note in there, but pineapple is one of the unique things. You might find pineapple in a lot of men's fragrances nowadays, but you have Creed Aventus to thank for that. So the fact that it's a known factor, it takes away the guesswork if someone wants to try a new soap. The Artisan themselves doesn't have to be new, but it just provides a easy, kind of risk-free entry point. And I've come across artisans at least took the chance to tweak it a little bit, but it's still invariably, it's still Creed Aventus, a version of it. A&E Spartacus, I feel like pushes it. It's a very unique take. And another one I really enjoy was Declaration Grooming Sellout. With a tongue-in-cheek name, it's an excellent version of the scent. Ironically enough. Okay, so this is good. Got the cleanup done. Gonna rinse off. We'll close things out. And also, of course, use the post-shave products. So, be right back. All right, so now it really took quite a bit to rinse all the lather off my face, and the amount of residual sickness I'm feeling right now it's kind of insane. I kind of just want to cut hair that's not there just to see. That is something actually I will try. I'll see for the cleanup pass or something. I'll try the razor with just going just with residual sickness because it's there, and obviously it's leaving a very nice. I don't want to call it a film, but it's almost like I have moisturizer already on my face. If I can find the ingredients that make up this soap base, I'll definitely post it because I'm really curious now. given the properties of using this soap for the first time, very dense lather, low volume, slickness in this post shave is some of the best I've come across as of late. Yeah, this is really just a really fantastic shave. Great job, Dennis from Spearhead. I'm glad I finally tried this. I've had this in my possession for probably almost a month now, and just other things kind of kept pushing and jumping the queue and taking its place. But I'm glad, was able to use it tonight, and the Masamune made a great return back into the shave den since the time that it briefly stopped by last year. So what I do with the good Oleo, just because I don't want to make too much of a mess, I'll put a few drops, just like 2 or 3, in my hand. Let's go 3. And then I'll try to get the aftershave there. If not, it might be, I'm afraid of dropping stuff. I usually mix it, but this is fine too. I'll do the good Oleo first. If you're wondering if this has any scent, it does have a slight medicinal scent to it. That dissipates really fast. And then if you're going to use it in conjunction with a scented aftershave, you don't have to worry about it. It's a great product to boost something like the fine aftershave splash, which depending on your skin type, you could find it really drying, even if you really enjoy it, for scent properties, or just you enjoy alcoholic splash. I will forego the balm for now though, because I think between this shave soap, the good Oleo, and the good Oleo, I'll be fine. Alright, so that's it for tonight's shave. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.